I'm going to survive the next 100 days in Ark Annunaki. This mod transforms Ark Ascended into a savage world where every creature hungers for blood. Apex predators stalk the wilds, primals bring destruction, and wardens rule like gods. My journey leads to the ultimate battle against the mighty war chief. Can I tame the chaos, survive the madness, and conquer it all in just 100 days? Waking up on the beach of Ragnarok, I hardly had a chance to look around before a gigantic compy decided I looked like breakfast.
Ooh, no. Run. Jeez. Oh my goodness, look at that compy. No. No. No, I just spotted you. Oh, there's a dodo. Just follow me here. Oh, no, 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 no. Please. I'm trying to run. How's my stam? Oh, no. Can I get away from it? Oh, no. No, 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 no. I can. I have. I did.
With that close call behind me, I started grabbing some materials to whip up a stone pick. That came in real handy, because this part of the world was littered with supply crates packed with advanced gear.
Oh, look at that juicy stuff already.
Afterwards, I focused on setting up a shelter. A few hacked down trees later, and I had my ultimate thatch shack, complete with a fireplace. Of course, I needed some meat to keep my belly happy for the night, so I went out in search of an easy target. Unfortunately, things were far from ordinary. The dodos weren't your everyday dodos, and the levels on nearby creatures were outrageous. There was no way I was going to take any of them on, especially those weird dodo rex looking beasts.
It doesn't seem to be attacking me, so you're cool, right? Yeah? You're cool, little buddy. You don't harm me, I want to harm you.
So, it was back to the safety of my base, where I decided to craft a bunch of structures to rack up experience points. However, during the night, the Ark gods blessed me with manna from the heavens.
I need to take this out, this will be good. He just started attacking my base, so Hey, buddy, gonna give me some of that juicy hide? Hey, there we go.
I was a little busy throughout the night and managed to reach mid-tier structures, expanding the base into something sturdier. The other cool thing to note was that I could now craft bowlers. Though, maybe I should have double-checked a few things first.
Wait, this bowler doesn't need hide? What?
Next, I worked on getting the Annunaki javelin, which of course needed a few extra steps before I could actually craft it. With that done, I set my sights on a daring challenge, taming one of those giant compies as my first mount. On the plus side, they were easy to trap. On the downside, I couldn't tell how much torpor I was inflicting or how long the bowler would last.
It's coming after me! Oh, no, 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 no! No, no, no! Wait! Oh!
The real kicker was trying to recover my gear while the compy stood guard over my body.
Look, compy! Here! Come on! Here! Here, buddy! I'm supposed to be faster than you! Where are you going? No, 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 no! Wait! Hey, yo! Oh! Whoa! Dude! Help me! Help me!
Alright, I lost interest, I think.
Yes!
After pulling myself back together, I went for another attempt. I wasn't about to let that little screeb get the better of me. Well, I guess it sort of did, in the end.
Whoa! Oh, they sparks! Oh, why me?
Still, I wasn't one to give up so easily. This time, I used the terrain to my advantage, driving up its torpor until it finally began to flee. Oh boy, I wasn't going to lose this one. I chased it down and managed to knock it out.
Aye, there we go. Cabs with the bowler! I think it might go down because it's running away from me. Hey, yo, let's go!
Only to discover that I needed prime meat to tame this punk.
There you go, buddy. Let's see if this works. No! I need prime! Oh, that is just great stuff. I need freaking prime meat for this.
On day 3, I upgraded most of my base to wooden structures and crafted both the upgrade and salvage stations. My plan was to start breaking down those crates scattered around for easy materials. For my next move, I headed a bit inland in search of a dino that could give me the extra edge. That's when I spotted a dodo with a strange marker, and I instantly knew what it meant. A baby was nearby, and that could only mean one thing: prime meat. Without wasting a second, I bolted off to track down the compy I knocked out previously. I found it soon enough and got straight into the business of taming the little fella. Unfortunately, I underestimated the scrib once again, and well, it managed to mess me up again. The second attempt was different. This time, I wasn't letting it slip away. I knocked it out and made a beeline for the marked dodo. With the prime meat secured, I returned to the compy and finally gained a new companion, Winston. I soon unlocked stone structures, and I figured it was best to upgrade the base, which meant farming a pile of materials for the build. While gathering resources, I spotted a pteranodon nearby. Thankfully, my bowler skills were on point this time, and I managed to bring the bird down without an issue.
Go down, buddy. Go down. I said go down. Let's go.
While letting the terror starve out a bit, I focused on laying stone foundations and putting up as many walls as I could craft. Once that was done, I took Winston out to help me hunt for meat. Returning to a familiar spot, I noticed more elite compies roaming the area. The only smart move was to run, though that ended with me dragging them dangerously closer to my base. After a while, the compies lost interest, and I bolted back to the hills. To my surprise, another baby dino was wandering nearby, scoring me even more prime meat. With a fresh stack of prime secured, I tamed the pteranodon and even managed to knock out 2 more compies to add to the crew.
Will you need 4 of that? Ooh, you only need 2. Hey, nice. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The next day, I focused on expanding the base, adding a small dino pen and sealing it off with a sturdy dino gate. After that, I placed down more walls and kept off the workshop area with stone ceilings. By day 6, my starter base was coming along nicely. I had started work on a second floor and already had plans to extend my workshop area. What I needed most was stone. I had just about cleared the area around me, so I decided to head inland to scout things out. While exploring, I spotted a high-level parasaur. I wasted no time trapping it with a bowler and sent it to dreamland in a matter of seconds.
Does this help? Hey, there we go. We got you down, buddy.
I then grabbed some berries from the nearby bushes and began to feed the parasaur.
1%.
While waiting on the tame, I took the opportunity to farm up all the resources I needed for my base expansion. After some time, the parasaur finally tamed up. I carefully guided it back to the base and then continued patching things up. My starter base had really taken shape. It now stood 3 levels tall. The first floor held a snug dino pen and a slightly bigger workshop. The second was set aside for crafting stations and maybe some storage. At the top floor, I planned to turn into a greenhouse for my crops with extra space for more crafting stations if needed. What I really needed next was chitin or keratin to craft a pteranodon saddle. So I hopped onto Kyle and set out for Viking Bay. I searched high and low for anything that could give me the material, even trying my luck harvesting bones for keratin, only to find out they didn't provide anything. Instead, I wound up in a tussle with a megalosaurus. That was super crazy, but somehow I managed to get out of it alive.
Take him on, Kyle. Go, Kyle. Hey, there we go. A nice chase. I almost thought we were gonna lose Kyle.
Anyways, that meant I had to get the resources the old school way, by taking out the dinos that dropped keratin and chitin, a couple of trikes, a turtle, and a very grumpy stego.
Oh man, I didn't mean to do that.
On my way back to the base, I decided to make a stop at Pelagonus Bay in the hopes of grabbing some pearls. However, it quickly became clear that wasn't going to happen. There weren't any pearls in sight, just a few corals or clams that looked like silica pearls. Not wanting to waste the trip, I gathered all the oil I could find and mined a good haul of metal from the nearby deposits. Once back at base, I went ahead to set up the Annunaki smithy and fired up a few forges to smelt the metal I had just collected. On day 10, I finally suited up with an upgraded set of flak armor, and I also managed to improve the saddle of my Pteranodon. With a flyer ready, I set out to find a stronger mount. My target was the elite Dimorphodon. Fortunately, I didn't have to go too far. With the help of the map, I found one nearby. My plan was simple: kite the Dimorphodon to a safer location, pin it down with a bowler, and knock it out. Thanks to the more powerful Annunaki trank arrows, the little bird went down in no time. Since I couldn't find anything easy enough to take down for prime meat, I had to settle for regular raw meat to keep the tame going. Once it was mine, I went searching for a female to pair it with, using the same method as before, kiting it to a safe location, then trapping it with bowlers and knocking it out with strong trank arrows. I soon secured the second elite Dimorphodon. I kicked things off early the next morning by setting up my Dimorphodons to mate. While they were busy doing their thing, I went out to gather resources for the Anunnaki raft. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it just yet. I was short on hide. But back at base, I noticed a Dimorphodon egg was ready. I dropped it near the forges, and before long, I had my first hatchling. It still needed plenty of care and time to grow, so I left it behind and set out again for Pelagonas Bay with Taser. The area was relatively safe, which made it the perfect spot to farm. I gathered a solid haul of obsidian and as much metal as I could carry. Once I returned to base, I wasted no time getting the Anunnaki forge up and running. It was time to start preparing for the first boss, and luck was on my side as I managed to track down a high-level Rex, although it wasn't alone. Risking it all, I set up a taming pen close by, praying the Rexes wouldn't notice me while placing it down. Once that was ready, I turned my attention to kiting the Alpha Rex off a cliff. One wrong move, and I knew it could one-shot me. But by playing it smart, I finally managed to send it tumbling down the mountain. That left the other Rex. Getting it into the pen wasn't easy. It wandered everywhere except up the ramps. Still, I persisted and eventually trapped the mighty beast. With my upgraded taming gear, it didn't take long to bring the Rex down. To finish things off, I went hunting for prime meat. A few unlucky brontos later, and I had everything needed to seal the tame. The hunt for a male Rex was on. I tracked one that wasn't too far off, though the area was crawling with dangerous dinos. As I cleared the zone to get a better view, Taser was taken down out of nowhere by an apex Rex, and shortly after, the Rex sent me to join my Dimorphodon in the afterlife. My gravestone did little to help me recover my gear, so I had to return with my backup flyer and carefully kite the apex Rex off the cliff, and I was able to retrieve my bag and everything inside. The Rex I'd been hunting was still around. I went full-on Rambo, tranking it with nothing but my undies and my taming gear. Luckily, it was distracted with other things, which made knocking it out a little easier. To secure prime meat, I took on a nearby Bronto. However, on my way back to the Rex, an ancient Quetzal swooped in and wiped out everything around me. On the bright side, this time my gravestone actually came through. There was just one more male Rex on the map. I made my way to its location, only to find it was being harassed by a Ceratosaurus. With that setback, I shifted focus and flew toward a known silica pearl deposit. Fortunately, it turned out to be a solid find, with quite a few pearls hidden beneath the water. After that, I returned to base and got the fabricator up and running, cooking up a batch of electronics at the same time. While waiting for the fabricator to finish, I took the opportunity to collect resources from Pelagonas Bay, some metal, obsidian, and a bit of oil. Great news! I spotted a male Rex on the map just around the corner. The bad news, there were tons of dangerous dinos nearby, including an ancient raptor. My only option was to hang back and wait. After a few tense minutes, luck turned in my favor. The poison raptor did most of the work for me, and I moved in to finish the job, bringing the beast down. I then fitted the prime meat I had on hand and waited to secure the tame. Back at base, I immediately got started with breeding my army of Rexes. On day 16, I managed to get a male with the same stats as the female and added him to the breeding line. Before doing anything else, I wanted to secure my Rexes, so I started building a wall with dino gateways. Of course, I had to gather materials first. Before I knew it, the dino gateways were in place.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think we can get through here.
Later on, I ventured out to the volcano in search of mantis, harvesting them for their organic polymer. Returning to base, I went ahead and crafted the SCS terminal to help automate the breeding process.
Settings, terminal settings, collect fertilized eggs. Oh yeah. Incubate fertilized eggs, yeah. Auto trap babies.
I continued breeding my Rexes the next day, making sure I had a good mix of males and females for that mated boost in stats.
There you go. And they go into the SCS terminal where they grow up. And once they're all done, we can lay them out here. There we go. This is what they come out. 40k health. We got stamina 6.5 and melee 1.6.
On day 18, while organizing the SCS terminal by deleting extra dinos, something unexpected happened. I gained 16 levels from it. Strange, but hey, I wasn't going to complain. Anywho, I kept at it, hatching and breeding more Rexes to beef up my army for the first boss. While my Rex army continued to strengthen, I decided it was time to tackle my next task, crafting a grinder. For that, I needed a few key resources. First, I shot off to one of the caves that had crystal and metal. Then, it was off to gather cementing paste, which meant raiding a bunch of beaver dams. Not the safest plan, so I stripped down to my undies and just went for it.
Right, there goes nothing. Oh, come on, Cams. I need to get into this. Giant beaver dam. Oh, that wasn't much. Whee! Hello, everybody. See you on the other side. Hey! Up. Oh, come on. Oh, it got me before I could get that.
But I tried again, and wouldn't you believe it, I was taken out by that darn ancient Quetzal for the second time.
Ooh, darn it. Whee! What the freak was that? Whee, buddy!
After respawning, I returned to the area, grabbed my items.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Come on, let's go, buddy.
And gave it another shot at raiding just one more beaver dam. It was risky, but so worth it.
We just need all of this, please. You can take me out now. Whee! Great stuff, mate. Great stuff.
I still needed a couple more things, mainly polymer and crystal. For polymer, I journeyed to the volcano and took on some mantis for their organic drops.
I'm not being careful, but I don't really mind because I don't see anything. Oh, there's a crazy dodo. Oh, that crazy thing is back. Oh, you got me again, man. You got me again.
On the way back to base, I stripped through nearby spots to farm as much crystal as I could find.
I think we need around 140 something. This should do it.
Finally, back at the base with everything in hand, I was able to craft the grinder. It all came down to seeing if this machine would actually deliver.
Alright, buddy. Let's test it out. Show me what you got here. Not that great. Let's just start. Grind. Oh, there we go. That's the money right there. That's the money. Oh, that's the money. Alright. Alright. I like this now. This is great. Let's go all. I'm all in here, buddy. I'm all in. Let's go. Woo-wee. That is some juicy stuff, man.
Thankfully, it did, helping me crank out saddles for the Rex army. Before heading out, I decided to breed more of my female Rexes to pile up on baby Rexes. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going. If not, well, you'll soon find out. Then, it was back to my main task of the day, tracking down as many supply drops as I could to gather the materials I needed to upgrade the Rex saddles.
So close. Oh, you got so little life left. I need that Zarko saddle. If I can get that, mate, that'll be amazing. Don't go anywhere, okay? Wait, where are you? Oh, but No. There you go. Jeez. Alrighty. Here's another one. It landed close to base. I think it's a decent one. We got Celestial all around. Might be good. It might be bad. I don't know, but I'm taking it.
Alrighty, back at base, I ground down all the loot I managed to haul in from the supply drop run.
Okay, so get that started and grind all. Watch the magic happen. Wee buddy. Oh, look at the polymer. 1.6, bro.
From there, I upgraded as many of the Rex saddles as I could.
Where do I need to go? I need to go here. This is all we need. Hide, fiber, and metal. So I've already upgraded some of the saddles. We'll upgrade one more, a couple more.
And I also hooked up the base with a generator and a few air cons.
Oh, okay, it's wireless. Brilliant.
To wrap things up, I started leveling my Rex army the old-fashioned way, using the hatchlings for training.
Let's pop maybe 2 and see what happens. 24. Sorry, boys, but you're going down. Chow time. How much we get? 54 levels. Brilliant. Let's see if you go with another 2. What happens? 62.
A crazy thing happened. My terminal wasn't quick enough to pick up all the Rex eggs now that I had the aircons on. And well, I ended up with a whole bunch of unwanted Rexes that I had to take care of.
That is crazy. Yo, look at all these Rexes, yo. 3K, yo, what's going on? Almost there. That is crazy. Holy smokes.
On the plus side, I scored a massive supply of meat and hide, which helped me upgrade a few more saddles.
Upgrade, yep. Upgrade as much as we can. How many is that? Ooh-wee. We did 4.
Afterwards, I kept leveling my Rexes for a bit.
Sorry, mate. Good night.
Before heading out on another supply drop run.
There you go. Cute.
I continued preparations for the boss fight by leveling the last few Rexes.
And we can get a move on with things. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those Rexes to chomp on. And we get the levels we need. 200 and something for health.
Then shifted focus to brewing up some healing potions. I started the prep work by collecting blood packs and cooking med brews.
No. Disable autocraft. Why did it give me that?
But when it came time to crafting the potions, I realized I needed the Anunnaki chemistry bench, meaning I'd have to track down black pearls. Well, it was settled. I had to get some black pearls. I knew of a few spots and tried to tackle the first location. Unfortunately, it was swarming with megalodons, and there was no way I could get around them.
You never know if we might get lucky and pull out some black pearl. Yo. Okay, never mind. It saw me. Oh, come on, Captain. Let's go. Oh, jeez. That was a close call.
I moved on to the next location, and after scouting the area, I managed to spot some black pearls. But, of course, more megalodons were waiting for me.
This is black pearls. I found it. Ooh, no. Wait. I'm going. How many black pearls did I get? Ooh-wee. Hope it's not the... Well, it's not the prime. It would have been KO'd by now.
Still needing more pearls for the chem bench, I decided to risk it all and make another attempt. This time, I went in with a plan to put those baddies to sleep.
Go to sleep, you punk. There you go.
It wasn't completely safe, but at least I was able to grab what I was after.
Look at that. It's just within arm's reach. Try and get this one. This is the black pearl I need. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, no looking back. Okay. Let's see if we clear. Oh, clear. Alright, I think we're done.
Day 25, my friends, and it was finally time to take on the first boss, the Avatar. I had no experience against this foe, so my best strategy was brute force, but in smaller controlled groups.
So we'll do like a little test run. We'll send in maybe 5.
I have to admit, though, it was a stressful situation, as I could barely get them to follow my commands.
Buddies, attack! Attack! What you guys chilling there for? Oh, man.
But somehow we pulled through.
Attack the monster! Woo-wee. I'm gonna put on a couple here. These don't take me out. Oh, but wait! Oh, where you going? No! Oh, one's down. Go, 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 go. Go, everybody, everybody. Attack. Attack the monster. I'm coming. I'm coming to help. Let's go, buddies. How we doing? Woo-wee. That's crazy. Come on, come on. We got this. We got this. Oh, it's so close. Come on, buddies. We gonna get this. We're almost there. Charge in. Come on, the last fight, the final showdown. 860. Oh, wait. There it is. Wait, we're almost there, buddies. We're almost there. Come on. Come on, there we go, peeps. Here we go. What? We actually made it.
Now that I had taken care of the boss, it was time to start working on the Anunnaki chemistry bench. I returned to the previous Black Pearl location, hoping to get lucky with a few more.
Let me just try and go as low as possible. These guys can't see me. They're too close, man. They're too close. Get a move on. Get a move on, cabs. Get the freaking move on. Come on. Woo-wee. We made it. There we go. 2K. Oh, we could get this one out. Nice. No. Don't go away. Come back and fight, you punk.
I did manage to get a handful, but I was still nowhere near the amount needed to craft the station.
Yamsy, I'm risking it for the biscuit. We got one. There's nothing else. Okay, let's move.
I wasn't having much luck with the Black Pearls respawning, but I did manage to research another spot that looked promising.
This might be the one for us. It's not too bad, I hope. We'll see what it's all about here in a second. So apparently, this is where we get some Black Pearls, and it would be all that we need, I think.
The best part, it was completely safe, and there were plenty of Black Pearls in the area.
There we go. We got some pearls here. Yeah, this is it. Beauty. Okay, there's no baddies here. Oh, perfect. 300. It's more than enough. Plus the loot I got yesterday. So we all good with the chemistry bench.
Back at base, I went straight to crafting the chemistry bench, which now gave me access to the special treats for the next tier of dinos. I also got the greenhouse set up by placing a few crop plots, then shot off to the volcano to tame 2 dung beetles to help with fertilizer.
Hey, there we go.
However, to craft those special treats, I had to take on alpha and golden tier dinos using basically my vanilla Rex. So yeah, I was a bit worried. That said, with the knockback from the Rex, it wasn't too bad. I managed to take down those scream alphas without breaking a sweat.
Holy smokes, alpha. Oh, I didn't see that. It's an alpha Dillo and it's 600. Yo, this must have taken it. Ooh-wee. Well, we're in the fight here now. In the thick of things. Rexy, don't eat it, okay? I want to try something. There you go. Great stuff. Okay, Rexy, let's chill here. Don't you take anything. I just want to try this quickly. See if I can't get more blood off of that. 48. Okay.
I should also mention, the chainsaw came in real handy for collecting all the resources.
Oh, yes. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Golden treats. Hey, yo. There we go. 210 from that. Beautiful.
The thing is, I needed quite a bit of alpha blood to craft just one of those treats. which meant I had to track down more alphas that were easy targets. Then I came up with a brilliant idea for taming high-tier dinos, and that was to get a griffin. I found one with the help of the tracker. I went ahead to set up my taming pen and all that jazz. I even managed to trap the griffin and also wasted a bunch of tranks to knock it out. I then left the area briefly to grab a few things to secure the tame, but when I returned, the darn griffin had fallen into the mesh.
Alrighty, we are here and it's sunk. What the actual freak?
Okie dokie. I was back at it the next day. There was another high-level griffin on the map that I wanted to tame. After finding a suitable location, I set up my taming trap and managed to lure the griffin inside. This one didn't give me much of a hassle.
Okay, we need to take a wide turn here. So if you can come through this way and go inside the pen like so. And I'll close that side like so. And run across. I didn't want to knock me over, man. There you go. Sweet. Okay, great stuff.
And I tranked it out fairly easily.
Hey, gotcha this time.
Luckily, I also had the sedatives on hand, which helped with an instant tame.
Hey, at least we got a griffin now.
But I didn't stop there. Oh no, I went ahead and lured in a second griffin, trapping and taming it as well.
Hey, there we go. Griffin tamed.
Returning to base, I immediately got to work breeding the pair, aiming for one with the best stats and a few spares. I realized my veggie production was a bit slow, and since I didn't have much crystal, I decided to set up a few more crop plots on the last level. Next, I went ahead and hatched one of my griffin eggs, placing it into the SCS ball for auto care and imprinting.
Little baby griffin has been born. You go in there and you will be well cared for, buddy.
Afterwards, I saddled up Peter Pettigrew and went out to farm more narco berries to restock on trank darts and other supplies. Once that was done, I teleported to one of the caves I had visited before to collect as much crystals as I could find. On day 32, I started preparing for the next tier boss, and since I already worked on Rex saddles, I went ahead to track down a Frost Rex near the Green Obelisk. And of course, no Rex tame could be complete without a taming pen, so I found a safe enough spot and placed down the trap. The real challenge came when it was time to lure the Rex inside. This dino was insanely quick, and the area was packed with distractions that made things even trickier.
Oh my goodness, where is it going? Where are you going to, buddy? It's on a feeding frenzy.
I had to patiently wait for the right moment, but eventually I got her attention and managed to lead her straight into the pen.
Oof. There you go, finally. Hey, yo.
From there, I unloaded a barrage of tranks, knocked her out, and finished things off by feeding her the sedative and treat to secure the tame.
I didn't need that much tranks. There we go. Nice one, buddy. Alright, let's get to base and get you your stuff you need. There you go, buddy. Sweet.
You know what? I had completely forgotten about the Augment station and just how good it is. So, it was a no-brainer. I had to make use of it to level up my long neck.
Now that's max. Alright, 428. I'd like to see the power on this puppy now.
Afterwards, I decided to track down more alphas with a new Frost Rex to farm alpha blood. And yes, I know she had levels to put in, but I was planning to use her as a breeder. Besides, she was dealing plenty of damage already. With the hunting wrapped up, I turned my focus back to the base and added some greenhouse ceilings to give the crops a nice boost.
I'm going to place that there and that there so we can place the ceilings on top. We don't have that much crystal, but 60%.
At last, I finally had the treat ready for the next tame. With that in hand, I set off for the next Frost Rex location. Oh boy, this one turned into quite the challenge. It was the only Frost Rex on the map, and out of all things, a warden was lurking in the area. Still, I decided to stick it out and take my chances.
Oh my goodness. That's the boss, bro. And it just wrecked my Frost. No, my Frost Rex is still there.
Luckily, the Rex was a low level. After my first shot, I held back, waiting for a better position.
Hey, there we go. Oof. Oh, don't get yourself KO'd, buddy.
until finally the wreck slipped off a cliff and straight into the water. I was a little nervous about the megalodon circling below, but everything worked out and I bagged another Frosty.
Oh, come on. Oh, we're on it. Sweet. Okay, quick tame. There you go. Have that. Hey, buddy.
Alrighty, my frost eggs were already busy breeding, and their eggs were transferred to the SCS terminal for safekeeping. I also raised the female Rex overnight, and she came out with some really impressive stats. However, this was just half of my army for the next boss, and with treats limited due to the crop situation, I decided to focus on gathering crystals from a known crystal cave. When I returned to base, I got to work placing greenhouse structures on both floors, aiming for that full 300% greenhouse boost.
We got ourselves really cool greenhouse with 300%. There we go. We should be getting more crops now. Thankfully, let's see how these things grow here.
My Frosties were all set, so it was time to take care of the fire Rexes. Luckily, there were a few on the map, so I headed to the closest one and tamed it from the back of my Griffin. Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Oh no. Darn it.
Back at base, I hatched a few frosty eggs to get a head start on my army for the next boss.
There we go. Nice. Beautiful. I don't have to worry too much about that.
From there, I took Elsa out to farm more alpha blood, preparing for the next tame.
Let's check this out. What happens here? Oof, nice. Jeez. Get wrecked, son. Get wrecked. Oh, yes. 200. Holy smokes. Let's go. We get a little blood from that as well.
Once everything was ready, I flew to the next Rex location and knocked her out, securing the final piece of the puzzle.
Hey, there we go. All right.
The next few days were all about getting my army ready for the next boss. At first, I used the old method of leveling them with baby Rexes, which worked okay. Later, I discovered a much more effective way using experience potions. Yeah, Screeb cams. Armed with that knowledge, I took my OP Fire Rex out and completely demolished everything in sight, racking up loot, potions, and everything else in between.
Hey, there we go. Brilliant. Oh.
After that little joyride, I returned to base to upgrade my saddles using the augment station. I then hatched more Fire Rex eggs, beefing up my numbers even further.
Should pick it up for me. There we go. 2 more. And we'll wait for them to raise and get the 100% imprinting and all that good stuff before we put some of the saddles.
Early on day 41, I prepped a few Rexes that still needed leveling and upgraded their saddles. Then braced myself for the boss ahead. Reaching its location, I could already tell this was going to be one heck of a battle.
There it is. 10 million. This thing's a beast.
The best strategy was to use both fire and frost dinos, so I sent out my army of Rexes and hoped for the best.
6 of my Rexes here. 1, 2, 3. 3 of that and 3 frosts.
Once again, I had some trouble commanding my dinos. I still haven't figured out why, but they were all over the place, and it didn't look good at first.
We're gonna attack this guy. Ooh, I'm scared. Go attack him. There. Okay, neutral. Neutral. Where's neutral? Come on, buddies. Attack him. Oh, go, 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 go. Aggressive. Go, 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 go. Whistle or stop. Aggressive. You gotta guys get me killed here. Go attack him. Ooh, 6 milli. With only a couple of Rexes.
Surprisingly though, they were dealing some serious damage, and before I knew it, the tyrant was down.
Ooh, come in, come in, come in, come in. Oh, we took it out. Okay, that was crazy.
Over the next couple of days, my focus was on gathering mountain-type dinos for building a new base, and first on the list was Annunaki, which was pretty straightforward to tame. Next up was a Casteroides. That one proved trickier, as there were a million of them around. I had to carefully take out the surrounding beavers and leave the one I wanted to tame. Surprisingly, it works like a charm.
Come on, buddy. We took out most of the castaways out. Just this guy here. Come on, one more. Hey, there we go. Great stuff. Here's your treat. Get tamed. Hey, buddy.
Then came the mountain doedicurus, which was another relatively easy tame.
Hey, there we go.
While clearing the area to tame the doehead, I stumbled upon my first piece of alpha armor. With that in mind, I decided to take on a few prime alpha dinos that were close by.
Down she goes.
It was time to start working on the new base. I had found what seems like the perfect spot, high enough to avoid most threats. The only problem, there was no water supply. Bear with me, it had been a while since I played Ark Ascended, and I was more familiar with the old piping system. Figuring out the new setup took me a while. After some trial and error, I finally pieced things together a day later and sorted out the water issues. With that out of the way, I put my mountain dinos to work. The beaver for collecting wood and the doedicurus for hauling stone like a pro. I had an idea for a base design from a picture I spotted online and began mapping it out with foundations. By day 46, the foundation work was coming along, or somewhat. Building on an uneven ground meant adding extra structures to get a level floor. Halfway through, I started seeing things differently and revised the design. I imagined a sunken area in one section to give the base some depth and character. But ultimately, the plan didn't work, so I shifted again. This time, opting for an octagon-like shape and using behemoth gates for the walls. I also placed stone walls to support multiple floors and used greenhouse structures at the front for views and natural lighting. Tons of crystals were required, and my mountain Anki was more than up for the task. By day 50, I was working on the roof, going with greenhouse structures for a more aesthetically pleasing look. It was a lot of work, but seeing it come together made it even more worth it. Alrighty, the base was almost done, but there were still a few things left to finish. On top of that, I threw in another challenge by extending the greenhouse wall at the front of the base. However, the more pressing issue was moving day. I absolutely hated moving day because it meant that I would have to pack all of my things and haul everything over to the new base. But I guess it had to be done. Continuing the next day, most of my things were in order. Crafting stations were up and running, and I even got to test out the auto sorting storage. At this point, the place was nearly complete. There was just a bit more item sorting to get through, and I also pushed ahead to finish off the roof and the front glass wall. Done with the base for now, I headed off to grab the easiest artifact I could find. The artifact of the straw, which we need. Thank you. Back at base, I cooked up the Annunaki rifle and upgraded it as much as I could. Afterwards, I went after one of the Alpha Rexes I had tracked down. At first, I thought I was being scammed with just 22k torpor damage. 22?
Darn it, that's not good.
But its rate of fire was pretty impressive, and eventually I knocked the Rex out and claimed the tame. Next, I went after another Alpha Rex on the map. This one was in a nasty location with plenty of threats nearby.
Oh, lordy lord. I hope that's primordial dragon or whatever it is called. Primordius doesn't come after me.
Soon after, I managed to drop yet another Rex and bag the tame.
Almost there. Should go down. Hey, there we go.
With a mated pair finally in place, I returned to base and started breeding my Rexes. On day 55, I raised one of the Alpha Rexes and leveled him up. From there, I took him out for a spin to see what he could do. And boy, was I impressed.
Let's see what it does to this. Oh, less smokes. 800. Oh, less smokes. 8 freaking 100,000.
But it wasn't all fun and games. I went out to track down prime alphas and apex creatures to secure the alpha armor set. Of course, this took a while, with many attempts at taking down a number of prime and apex creatures.
That was crazy, yo. Getting attacked by so many dinos. Hey, yo, wait. I need a breather. No. Why are you attacking my ankles? There you go, buddy. That's what we need.
Eventually, my efforts paid off when I took down one of the last Apex Utah Raptors and bagged the final armor piece. The following day, I focused on hatching and raising my next army with the help of the terminal.
There we go. All should go there.
While at base, I decided to work on setting up a greenhouse. With the help of my Griffin, I got things underway, snapping on pillars for support and working around them to create a cool floating greenhouse design. By day 58, I continued finalizing the greenhouse, adding everything it needed from water tanks to crop plots, and brought over all the crops I had left behind at the old base. Having a bit of time left, I capped off the day by taming a sweet mountain Therizino. Here's the thing, I needed a whole lot of alpha blood and hide, and I thought the mountain Therizino could help. Turned out, my little experiment didn't go so well.
Ah, still not that much, bro.
I then tried a different approach, but unfortunately, that wasn't good enough either.
That didn't work out, buddy. Not at all.
So, I decided to hunt down alphas and use my chainsaw to gather the resources.
Oh, okay. It's a little better. Definitely a little better. It's like 500 a pop, buddy.
I also needed an insane amount of alpha hide, not just to craft the saddles, but also to upgrade them a little. That meant farming far more alphas than I would have liked. It was about time to take on my first primal boss. While I was busy with a few things, I spotted the primal dragon on the map and thought, why not give that a try? Oh boy, did I underestimate this challenge. For starters, this beast could fly, and I had no flyers. Basically, I was destined to fail. I foolishly gave it a try anyway, and sure enough, a few of my Rexes paid the price. But I couldn't back down. Instead, I came up with a clever plan. I used the mountain to my advantage, forcing the dragon into awkward spots. And what do you know? It worked.
Hey, buddy. Woo-wee. That was crazy. Oh.
Before moving on, I returned to base to start breeding more Rexes. I couldn't risk going forward without backups. Once my army was ready, I went after the next couple of bosses, the Broodmother, the Megapithecus, and the Dodo Rex. Compared to the dragon, these fights weren't as bad. Now that I had all the ingredients to craft the Uber broth, my next quest was to tame the Uber dragon. My plan was to use the frozen arrows to slow it down and then follow up with my sniper rifle to trank it. But you wouldn't believe it if it wasn't recorded. The dragon got itself stuck onto who knows what, and that gave me the perfect chance to knock it out.
Come on. Let's go. Oh, what are the odds? It's gonna go down. Don't get out from there. I don't know where you're stuck, but... Hey, what the actual freak, yo? I need to, hey, there we go. Uber Dragon tamed, yo.
The next few days turned into a full-on grind session. I needed to summon those primals again. That required a massive amount of alpha blood, 5k per summon, and I needed 3 of them. So, it was back to hunting down alphas and harvesting them with my chainsaw. Once that was done, I headed back out to farm the Apex trophies I needed for the summoners by taking down a couple of Apex dinos.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Buddy, I need that, those stuff.
Okie dokie. With the Uber broth secured, it was finally time to tame the next Uber dragon. This time around, the experience was far from easy. My first attempt with the Griffin ended up with a quick trip to the underworld.
Okay, never mind. That didn't work. Oh, snap. I thought as much. This was gonna work, man. Alright, I have to think of another idea. Eesh.
The second attempt didn't go any better. I ended up toasted like a marshmallow.
Really?
The third try was just as brutal. It was clear this dragon wasn't going down without a fight.
There we go. It's coming. Oh no! Why couldn't I get into my, Can you tell me why?
Fortunately, all my earlier attempts, I had done some torpor damage, and it all added up. on the fourth and final try, I finally managed to knock out the beast and tamed it.
Yeah, there we go. Finally, after all that pain, the horror, you're now going to be mine, little screeb. There you go there. That's your uber breath. You do not want to do this again.
Wasting no time, I immediately returned to base and started breeding my new pair of dragons. By day 74, I hatched a few eggs and even raised one to use as my main mount. I had finally reached the warden stage, and it was time to face my first boss. Knowing very little about it, I decided the best strategy was to use 2 dragons for the mating boost. I tried swapping them out mid-battle, but that backfired. The warden just regained health.
Let's finish this. Oh, we can't leave him. Alright, this is crazy.
It quickly became clear that I would have to sacrifice a dragon to win this fight. After a tough struggle, the warden of the beach was finally defeated and rewarding me with a piece of warden armor.
Almost there, 40 milli. 30, this is almost done. First warden, KO'd. I need my saddle, bro.
There were still a few more warden essences I needed, but since they weren't spawning on the map, I had to craft their summoners instead. That meant the next few days turned into a full-on farming spree to gather an ungodly amount of alpha blood and apex trophies. On the plus side, I did run into a few primals during the grind, which helped cut down the amount of farming I needed to do.
We need 4, so that's our second one. 2 more. I wonder if more will spawn in.
I also decided to take down the primordius that had spawned on the map, since I needed its essence to craft the taming matrix. Following that, I decided to take a little break from farming and dished out some pain to the next couple of primal bosses to secure their trophies.
Yeah, just go to sleep. Punk. Rick, son.
Afterwards, I readied myself for the next set of wardens that I was able to summon. First, the Warden of the Swamp. Now this one was hectic, as it spawned a swarm of minions to back it up. But I kept my composure and managed to take this punk down.
Where's Mr. Froggy? Hey, we're down. Nice.
Next up was the Warden of the Plains, which turned out to be a pretty straightforward battle. Finally came the Warden of the Snow. Somehow, this fool managed to get himself stuck underground. And the best part was that only my melee attacks worked on him. It took way longer than it should have, but eventually I brought him down. Straight after that, I jumped back into farming mode, tearing through more apex creatures and alpha dinos. Here we go again. Another round of primal bosses was on the go. However, this time I wanted to try out the tech force field. At first, it seemed like it was doing its job, but honestly, it didn't make much of a difference. So I just fought my way through as usual.
Time to get this butter down. Matey.
Next up was the Warden of the Grasslands, and this guy was no pushover. He hit hard and had plenty of health, nearly bringing me down in the fight. After a brutal battle, he finally fell.
This is definitely one of the toughest wardens. I mean, it's not too bad, but it is tough.
With that out of the way, my next task was to gather a few more dragon trophies for the primordius tame. I also needed at least one more warden essence, and as luck would have it, the Warden of the Sky had just spawned nearby. While waiting for the next primordius to spawn, I turned my attention to collecting a few more warden essences. I needed those to summon the endgame boss.
It's like I'm taking damage, but I am not.
On day 95, another primordius spawned in. I shot off to its location, took it down, and grabbed the essence required to craft its armor. Then, over the next several days, I focused on farming wardens again to collect the essence needed to summon the war chief. I also managed to build a small outpost with a force field as a fallback point, just in case things went south. Alrighty, day 100. It was finally time to face the final boss. I decided to bring out every dino and creature I had used across the different boss fights and give give them one last dance before saying goodbye.
I don't know how this is gonna go, but here goes nothing. Oi, 1 milli. Everybody attack. Oi, 5 billion. Come on. There we go. Help me out. Oi. Rex is in a standard chance. Come on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Come on, buddies. Oh, we got it down 1 billion. Holy smokes. 1 billion already. Our dragon's down. Just gotta keep moving. Other dragons down. Do we have any other dragons alive? Doesn't look like it. Alright, just gotta keep moving. 2 billion. Oh, just gotta keep my health up. Is our tech stuff down? Yeah, definitely. It wrecks everything. Oh, look at the carnage. Come on, buddy. Oh, down to... Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up, hold up. It's going crazy. Down to 500 milli. It's almost there. Oh. Hold up, buddy. That's crazy. Down to under 500 million. It's going down, son. It's going down. It's going down. Hey, almost there. Whoa. Come on. Hey, buddy. Let's go. War Chief has been defeated.